Welcome fellow gamer, I'm Dune Mountain, and in today's video we are going to discover some tips and tricks that will definitely help you to survive in this tactical island on grayzone warfare. These tips and tricks are not about a specific mechanic from the game, but an overall tips and tricks from grayzone, that some of them are hidden mechanics that the majority of players don't know about. So if you don't want to miss a tip and trick that will save your life and gear, you are in the right place. 1. Adjust the height of your character when crouched. This hidden mechanic is one tip that can save your life or simply give you an edge against other players or NPCs. Not a lot of people know about this one. Even me, I was baffled when I discovered this. The only thing that you need to do is to press and hold the key for crouch, and then roll up or down the wheel on your mouse. If you roll up, your character will change the crouch position higher each time you roll the wheel mouse, and the same for going lower if you roll down the wheel mouse. This tip and trick is really useful when peeking above walls or other objects that are between you and your enemy, or if you are crouched behind a car but your head is still visible. 2. This next tip maybe you already know, but some other players maybe don't. Grayzone doesn't have a lot of UI info on your screen when playing the game. This tip can be useful for you to know how many bullets you have left on your mag. For doing that, you just have to click the V key, and the info will appear on your right side of your screen. If you are in a fight, this can help you to quickly decide if you should or not reload your weapon. But if you click and hold the left Alt key and the V at the same time, you will have even more info about your gun, like ammo in the mag, fire mode that the weapon is currently on, and the zeroing distance of your scope that your scope is set. 3. Since that we are talking about pressing keys, a little tip that will make you gain some time is when you need to use the map. If you press one time the M key, it will open a little map on the right side of your screen. But if you press and hold the M key, it will open a big map that you can also open on your character menu. But with this method, you will save time by not open the characters menu and find the map tab and click on it. You just have to press and hold M for a second. 4. Another tip that will help you organize your inventory is the R key. If you select an object on your inventory and you press the R key, then the object that you have selected will turn vertically or horizontally. Like that, it will allow you to better organize your gear and items in your inventory and maximize the space that you have available on your inventory. 5. This next tip and trick is about a specific mission in Bampa called It's in the Waters 2 that you will need to have access to a room in the middle of Bampa, and to access this room normally you will need a key to open the door. This key is the Elder key, but if you are in a hurry, you have another way to get in. Go to the building next to the building that you want to get in, and as you can see, you will have a little table that you can jump above. Then you can use the wooden structure and jump above the roof of the building. Once above the roof, you will see that there is a wooden pillar next to a window. You just have to jump down to this structure and go to the maximum to the right of the window. At this moment, you just have to press and hold the jump key and your character will be able to climb the window and get inside the building. Once you have the mission completed, you can come down and get back to the base. 6. When you start playing grayzone, if you find difficult to find or buy 5.56 ammo for your M4A1, you have a simple solution. You just have to play with an AK. AK normally uses the 7.62 ammo, and at the start of the game, all missions will be in areas where NPCs use AK rifles, so ammo for the AKs are largely available for looting. After you reach mid-game, you can change for the M4A1, because almost all NPCs will use military weapons that use 5.56 ammo. Then 5.56 ammo will be more available to loot. 7. Another simple but time-saving tip and trick is when you are in need to call the shopper, that are almost never available. What you can do is to zoom in on the place that you want to fly, and drag it to the right upper corner of your screen, and place it under the tab that will appear to call the chopper. Like that, you just have to click repeatedly until your chopper becomes available. No need to each time move your mouse to interact with the two tabs. 8. Speaking of shoppers, you can also know where a shopper is going to, in case that your shopper is not available. If you see a shopper arriving that was called by a friendly, and if you go to the map and click on the Helli icon, you will see a tab opening on the right upper corner of your screen, and on the tab you will see where the shopper is going to. Like that, if the shopper is going to the same place as you can jump on the friendly Helli and ride with him. 9. Another good tip and trick that myself learned the hard way is that you don't need to stock food and water in your inventory back at the base, and limiting even more the limited inventory space. Food and water are readily available on the open world and dead NPCs, and even that you want to bring some with you, you can always buy on the lab rat vendor just for your mission run. 10. Something that you can do and is so simple and it will solve a lot of problems and waste time is before going out on a mission, check the map to see if someone of your faction is on the spot that you want to go, and if there is someone, just send a message using the message system in the game to ask if there are enemies in the area, or if he already killed the boss and NPCs that you need to finish your mission, or even for the missions that you have to have a key to open the door, like the bunker mission. That is one of the hardest keys to obtain. Ask someone if the door is already open, saving you a lot of flights and headaches. 11. If you have a mission where you have to kill a boss or kill a certain number of NPCs, and someone answers your message saying that all NPCs are dead, you can wait until they respawn. But to be sincere, I don't really know how much time it takes two NPCs to respawn. Some say 10 minutes, others 15, and even 30 minutes of waiting. But you can choose another option if you are in the base. If not, get back to your base and log out and log in, and you should enter a different server. This method is not perfect and is by trial and error. But in my experience, when I had a mission on the bunker where I had to kill a boss of that area and the boss was already dead, I waited 15 minutes far away of the objective to let the NPCs respawn and nothing happened. So I tried the second method, and after a couple of tries I finally found a boss alive for me. 12. If you are struggling to finish your missions on the PVPVE servers, don't forget that you can always enter the dedicated PvE only servers, where you only have to worry about NPCs. And even if you die, your gear is always safe from other players, because on the PvE servers, players cannot loot another player body. To enter the PvE server, before login, you just have to change from Warfare server to the Join Operation server, and you are good to go. 13. Another less known tip and trick in case that you are playing with a friend on the PVPVE servers is that you only have the right to have one dead body on the server. If you die the second time, your first dead body will disappear with all your gear, but to prevent that you lose all your gear in case of a second death, you can ask your friend to loot all your gear and drop it down in the ground in some hidden place. Like that, even if you die a couple of times before reaching your destination, your gear will be safe, at least if someone doesn't find it by mistake. 14. When looting gear in a mission, you should know that you can stack items inside another item, and like that you can maximize your inventory space and maximize your loot. For doing that, you just have to, for example, pick a gear that you want, like a vest, then put inside all the other gear that you have already on your inventory inside this new vest. Then put the new vest filled with your gear back on your inventory. And just doing that, you already have one more gear looted than before. 15. The same strategy of stacking items inside one another can also be made on your HQ base inventory to better organize your gear, weapons and ammo. And in the process you gain enormous amounts of free space. For example, You can buy a backpack, and when inside your inventory, you can stack inside grenades. Like that, you always know where your nades are. And you can also stack inside of the same backpack a weapon, even if your backpack is already full of nades. And like that, making more free space for other stuff. 16. In Grayzone, like many other games, you can run and look sideways, also called free look, that allows you to look around without changing your path. This game mechanic is particularly good if you have to take a look inside a building through a door. Instead of slowly picking the same angle, you just have to run straight, click on the free look button that normally is the middle mouse button on the wheel mouse, and look inside the building. If someone is inside waiting for you to pick an angle, he will be surprised to see you quickly run in front of the door and not having enough time to react. 17. Another useful tip and trick in Grayzone is maximizing the profits of the gear that you want to extract. How, you ask? There is a couple of ways to maximize the profits, but one that I use is taking the scopes of the weapons of fallen enemies. Some scopes can be sold at $100 a piece, and normally scopes only take 1 or 2 square spaces in your inventory. Another gun part that I see another players loot is the weapons barrel. It will make you more money, but also take more of your inventory space. 18. Another tip and trick that can save your life, at least already saved mine a couple of times, is the animation cancelling. If you are in the middle of a reload or healing and someone appears that you were not expecting, you just have to click the right mouse button, and any animation that you are going through will be quickly cancelled, letting you the chance to react to the danger. 19. If you are struggling to find where you have to go in a particular mission, you have the Grayzone map to help you. And I'm not talking about the map in the game. Grayzone map is a site where you have the map of Grayzone Island, and in there you have access to all missions names and coordinates, keys and more. No more need to try to find your mission item by trial and error. 20. And finally, the last tip and trick for today is a tip that I already covered on the previous video called the Ultimate Guide for Healing, but that I find very important for players that play with 1 or more friends. If you are in need of healing, but you are in a hurry, ask your friend to heal you instead of healing yourself, because healing yourself will take more time than if it is your friend doing it, and it can save you precious time in the middle of a gunfight. I would love to know if you already knew all these tips, or if you have found at least one tip that you didn't know about. You can tell me in the comment section below. And I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if so, please consider to click the like or dislike button that will help this channel and other players to find this video. And if you don't want to miss future content, please consider to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications from future videos. And I will see you on my next video, but until then, have a nice day, good gaming, Dune Mountain out.